Early Sunday morning. Wanted to talk about just a couple of things that wanted to remind everybody about important things that should not fail our attention. Things that I've often have had conversations with many friends, and we would have, around a campfire or, a dinner, a drink. We would be talking, and I would listen, and I would often hear a very straight, kind of sort of like a narrow tunneling vision effort on different things that they're preparing for. Like, for example, one fella and his wife, all they're worrying about is precious metals. And then I have another friend, a female, all she thinks about is medicinal and wanting extra medications, bandages, and that kind of thing. And then a number of guys, all they're concerned about is weapon, home security, protection, enough ammo that not only will provide the protection but also abortable items. And it's very few that I have talked to, that I do talk to. Maybe I hope some of you folks here are more well-rounded. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to talk about a number of different things, and maybe to get your attention, maybe for you to recognize that being prepared for what is coming is really a mindset of collecting, gathering many different things. Now, there are items that I don't have here that this table nor the range of this screen could cover. Candles, toilet papers. You can just think about so many things. Tools. What I wanted to talk about, aside from these things that are here in front of us, is there is a understanding that I was afforded a couple of days ago about a prophetic message, a prophetic word that came forward. Now, some of you don't really care about prophecies or the religious aspect to preparing, but I would say for me, the number one focus of any preparation should first and foremost be your peace with God, and which really is a relationship. And I'm not here to judge or qualify who you are, where you are in a relationship with your God. But I would say that first and foremost, before you do these things, is have your life, your heart, your mind set in the right place. And when you do that, you can have a peace about your efforts, and you could have a peace about the things that you foresee or that you are trying to prepare for. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a message that I had heard a short time ago, a couple of days ago actually, which ties in with a lot of other things that I've heard over the years that have just kind of been other pieces of a puzzle, and that is now making itself more clear, this puzzle. And so the message is this. There was a person who I have listened to for many years, and had a dream. And the dream was basically, it was tied into, if any of you have ever read How, the Fourth Turning, and the dream was from a minister, a pastor. And the dream goes like this. he was him and his co-host in this dream had met up on a plane with President Carter. President Carter introduced himself, a conversation took place, and they asked where they were going, and President Carter said, well, I'm taking you to my funeral. And President Carter, if anybody knows, his status is interesting because he's been on hospice for 9 months. He was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2015. So there is something really supernatural going on with this man. So they ended up, the fast forward, the co-host is in himself are watching this funeral procession, and this man Howe, who is the author of The Fourth Turning, comes up and says, "This is the fourth turning. This is the event." And after the procession of President Carter's motor carrier, there was a military armament and personnel that followed him. And this dream, this one person said that they both saw military weapons that they did not realize even existed. And so the word is that pay attention to the passing of President Carter in alignment with many of these war footings. So just make a mental note of that, folks. But I want to talk about other things here too. Let's start with the silver, the sterling silver. Many of you guys out there and gals have come across these items. This is an old salt and pepper shaker. This is sterling silver, and they must say sterling on the bottom. Some will say 925, some will say Mexican silver, but these items particularly say sterling. They're not very heavy. The bottoms are often filled with a plaster for weight, and in this case, this has got a silver jar inside of it, but the outside of it is all sterling silver. Folks, a lot of you can get these things for about $5 to $8 a set, or $5 a piece. This is a little heavier, but again, this has got a weight on the bottom. So what I usually do is when I find this stuff, I usually mash the bottom, peel the lid off, get rid of the paste. Some of these have like a little rod in them. You can throw the rod out. These don't. And basically just flatten it out, and this is sterling silver. This is a great way to start collecting sterling silver. So I wanted to talk about that, and then I wanted to share about something that I do believe is very important. Honey. Many of you can see this is acacia honey. Let's see if I can do this correctly. And honey has played a big part in the evolution of humanity, and it is used to make different elixirs, but by itself is a great medicinal. It could be married to herbs and put on a spoon and swallowed. It's just really good. It could be used for so many things. If you Google, maybe I'll do a printout one day and do a video about it. But honey is very, very, very important. And I would recommend that if you are able to have a couple of beehives, I would really recommend you doing that. There are so many people out there that can show you how to create your own beehives, and it's really, really important. So I also want to talk about something unique. What I wanted to talk about was ammo. And like I said, so this is really representative of a full understanding or full effort of preparing for a number of scenarios, but being versatile in my approach to preparing. I have a number of ways of protecting my family. But I have purchased a number of specialty rifles for extremely long range hunting or protection. This is ammo for what is called the 300 Win Mag. I did a lot of research on the various rifles. I have a lot of history with rifling. I don't make my own ammo. For me, it's just I don't have enough time. But this round is very, very, very powerful. It is its range averages between 500 and 800 yards. So it's really a great round for big game, long distance, very little drop. And this particular round is 180 grains, which is not the most. You can get them well over the 240. I like the 220. And so I wanted to talk about that and share that with you and just give you kind of an understanding or a maybe refresher, a little bit of a reminder. Our preparations should be wide ranged and should include so many other things. Now, on top of that, there are some other things that I do like to do, and I wanted to encourage many of you, if you can. What I have here are gold jewelry pieces. This is an 18 karat gold signet ring or diamond ring, men's ring, a shoe. This is 14 karat, and this is 14 karat. I got these at auctions, and I paid, I got them for a really good price. You can also go on eBay, try to get into a couple of auctions, and you can pay, sometimes 50% of the actual value of the weight. But folks, if you buy these little kinds of trinket things, like this one is an owl, these are charms that are really sought after. And when some folks have a particular item that they don't want, but they want to change up their provisions, often what they'll do is they'll put it in a form of some kind of a gold and wear it or put it away. Because, like, for example, if I had 500 rounds of this, and I know I'm not going to need 500 rounds of this, but I'd like to consolidate a value of a box of these. Sometimes you can take and trade that for one of these. The value increases, your value or your worth increases at a small or a fraction of the size. Easier to take around, easier to store, easier to hide in your house or in your property. So that's just a little something extra I wanted to share with you folks to, consider. Thanks for joining me today at Prep for Profit, and we'll try to come back and have some other things to talk about. Please share, please comment, and I hope that you guys are enjoying these videos again. I know I'm enjoying doing them, and I really like the fact that I'm able to help and get together with like-minded folks like you guys and really share and just edify one another. And maybe something in this video has sparked a thought, has quickened your understanding, and has maybe given you an idea. Folks, God bless you. We'll come back to you again soon. Thank you.